Hello, all of my chubby, lovable, moronic cherubs of the world. My name is Eliza Pancakes, and today is another beautiful day. It is the last episode of this goddamn season, and I can finally get the fuck out of here and move on with my life. The divorce is going through. I'll be a single woman. My soon-to-be ex-husband will keep the kid, and I will be better off for it because I have a lot of money I'm going to be getting out of this settlement and a lot of things I need to buy. So without further ado, let's do further and talk to our fucking guest. Cyanide, you're finally here. You're facing up to reality. The show's over. No more safety harness. No more catch my fall net. You're finally a big girl in the real world, and you have peers now. Not just like glue huffing and crayon eating, baby fingered kid glove, peers, but actual Magical Queen winner peers.
Hi, Eliza. Bet you thought you'd never see me in the hot seat.
Well, darling, as much as I would love to keep this series going to infinity and beyond, I knew at some point even the winner, Zazer self, would have to be on here. And since you are here, we can finally move shit along and just rip the band-aid off and get it over with. Cyanide, what's in your blue bag? What did you bring for us today? Folks, let's put on our scuba gear and take the deep dive into the cool cyanide waters of the winner of Season 5 and see what she brought for us today. And once again, the finalists so far haven't really been bringing unused, unseen looks, which is to be expected. Cyanide, it seems like you shook things up a bit, and these are all kind of, jumbled around a bit. You got an early look, a mid look, a late look. What was your mindset behind that?
I chose these three looks because symbolically they meant the most to me for my Drag Race journey on this show. And that's why I didn't choose, consistently all later looks or all early looks. They were, one from each, milestone of the show.
Interesting. I don't really like your entrance look because it looks like a clearance item that you bought last minute at the Joann's going out of business sale. I mean, the fabric and the little waist belt and those fucking opera gloves that everyone wore this season, and the little necklace that looks like someone's grandma made and sold at a senior citizen's garage sale. I think that this would have been a perfect example of what a thrown together look represents. Season 2, judges, hello. And because it looks thrown together. I don't know if you intended it to look like, oh, it's a mishmash of shit, it's chaos, I'm so edgy. I mean, we get it, girl. You're edgy. You're a vampire goth, rebel, whatever. You are what you are. I don't like this look, but I can respect your reasoning for bringing it here today.
This look is really important to me because it's the dress I decided to wear for my workroom entrance, which officially marked the beginning of my Drag Race journey. I guess the official technical beginning would be when I got the call saying, hey, you're in, but this is the first time I appeared on screen and I stepped through the workroom.
Now, this look over here I'm most curious about, because I know you wore this for the Lip Sync Spectacular, but we never got to see you lip sync. So, I'm wondering, do you feel like you left out on this? Like you didn't get to lip sync, you didn't get to go one-on-one with anyone, or one-on-two, or whatever? I mean, Lumina did, and Yoshika did, basically everybody did. How do you think you would have fared during that? I mean, which, by the way, let's get this out of the way real quick. This look, I love it. It looks kind of like a Madonna or Janet Jackson, streetwalker type of look in the 80s, early 90s. The hair, I would have worn it like a short, kind of like a 90s pixie cut, like Jada Pinkett or Toni Braxton type of look, but, you do you. How do you feel? Like I asked. Let me repeat the question. How do you feel like you would have done? Do you feel like it was a lost opportunity? Do you feel like animatronic would have given you a run for your money? Like she's the best lip syncer.
This look was supposed to be for the Lip Sync Spectacular, which, as we all know, I was exempt from it because I won Snatch Game. And I was kind of disappointed because I was ready to send a bitch or 2 or 3 home that night, and I ended up just getting to watch all of it from behind the scenes. It's kind of like a lost content, or like a what if type of thing. Like, kind of sad we didn't get to see it, but that's what that's for. So I included it here.
It is a lost opportunity. We didn't get to see you lip sync until the finale, and by then it was either going to be you or Lumina, and all bets were off at that point. At least for Anna and Pashmina, once Morgan called their names and told them to get the fuck out. I mean, it's just interesting to me that as a winner, I mean, naturally you carry yourself with like confidence and all that, but it really seems like you don't feel threatened even by the Assassin of the Season animatronic. I mean, you feel like none of those girls were a threat to you possibly not winning?
Without a doubt, animatronic's like the best lip syncer in the contest, but she's not better than me. I mean, and that goes without saying. Like, she sends some queens home, she has skill and all that, but to be a winner, it takes more than just, doing some stunts and being good dancing. Baby, I am a good dancer. I've been dancing from day one, okay? Singing, dancing, you have to become one with the music and tell a story and embody the song. And I didn't really see that from Anna. I saw her do some flashy moves. She didn't really rely too much on stunts, but I did not consider her competition, at least as a whole. Maybe like from a lip sync standpoint, I would get a teeny bit like excited, but not scared. Like, the only of those queens who actually kept me on my toes was Lumina, because she was consistently good, and I feel like if I didn't win, she definitely would have.
Yeah, I'm sure that, like, most of the fan base probably expected and wanted and hoped and wished and prayed that Lumina won, but the boat's already sailed on that one. So, since you are our winner, we're stuck with you as the winner. Were you expecting any sort of, like, twists for the finale, or, like, midway through the competition to maybe throw you off your game? And, like, how would you have handled that? Because it seems like the only twist that came was in the finale, and the only people affected negatively by that were the ones who were already predetermined to be cut from the running anyway.
I went into the competition expecting a twist because they told us every season there's going to be some kind of twist, so to keep an eye out for that. I had known to expect, at least as far back as season 1, 2, that there'd be at least a top 4, top 5. I didn't know if we were going to be a top 5 lip sync like last season, a top 4 like seasons 1 and 2, or maybe just a top 2 lip sync like season 3. I thought it might come down to just between me and Lumina, because let's be honest, and this is no shade to Pashmina or Animatronic, I don't think production really saw them as winner material. I think they saw them as they make good TV, they're drama, they're entertaining, they're funny, but can you really see them wearing the crown? I can. I can see Lumina wearing the crown, and of course myself, because I fucking won. But, like, a lot of the queens who I thought were worthy of winning and getting the crown went home already. Like Noxie Glens, totally. Beryl J. Blige, totally. Actually, if Fantasia were still in the running, I would vote her over myself and Lumina, because she has so much grace and class and talent, and I guess I just didn't really see a whole lot of people as competition, and the whole twist lip sync wasn't really much of a twist. It was more of a twist disappointment for Hibiscus and Kaguya, because they got eliminated right before the lip sync, and then immediately after the lip sync, it's like, okay, you lip sync Anna and Pashmina, you can go home now. So it literally just came down between me and Lumina, and I think that's taking into account track record, wins, top and bottom placements, and then the lip sync. So,
wow, so you legitimately did not feel threatened or see any other queen besides Lumina as competition. My god, this is almost like the second coming of Abacus, because that bitch was unthreatened by anyone. Probably because she was literally a sorcerer. Let's look at this last dress here, and then I can leave this fucking shit show forever. This dress here, Cyanide, I almost called you Lapis. I could have sworn I've seen her wearing this dress. I know I've seen many a queen wear a variation of this dress from the same designer. It's a pretty dress. It's a very sparkly, it says, "Oh, look at me." It's very grandma hooker goes to the buffet in between Johns. I mean, it's not a bad dress. By all means, like, I probably wouldn't wear it to prom, but I'd probably wear it in the alley behind Jersey Mike's so I can earn my bus money back home to my penthouse. I mean, I like it. I like this dress. And I'm not trying to imply that sleazy, because it's not. It just kind of feels like it's overdone. And it also kind of feels like it's not Cyanide, it's not you, from what we've seen this whole season. You've brought a lot of different looks, but the main recurring, consistent point was that it was all grungy, edgy, punk type stuff.
I love this dress. It's the dress I won in. It's the dress I was crowned in. It's not something like a punk queen like myself would wear all the time, because I'm like, fuck it, I'll wear a trash bag with, you know, the arms cut out, or I'll wear like whatever. I mean, it's not about just like being trashy and being like a mess, but it's being alternative, being yourself ultimately, being different, pushing the envelope, pushing the boundaries of drag all the time, pushing the boundaries of your audience, especially the heteronormative audience. You're like, oh, I'm uncomfortable seeing queer things. I don't like, I wanted to see myself look like a conventional pageant winner, and I don't really own a lot of clothes like that, so obviously, you know, my drag mom Lapis helped me out in that regard. And like, I'm like, okay, at this point I resigned myself to thinking Lumina was gonna get it, because I thought, there's no way they're gonna crown me. Like, there was no way my ass is gonna get crowned. And then they said my name, and I'm like, oh my god, and I look like fucking Miss America, like with the dress, the hair. I look like an alt Miss America. Like, you can't make this up. It's there, it was in the footage, and I was like, okay, this is actually happening, and I chose the right look for it. That's why I brought that look here today, because that's like, I don't want to say it's the final milestone, so my drag journey's only just begun, but as far as the show goes, that's what really cemented my place among the winner's circle and among the Morgan's Drag Race fandom.
Speaking of fandom, we are so running out of time, and I was having such a lovely chat, and it has nothing to do with the fact that my flight is probably waiting for me. But who knows, Cyanide, maybe I can, like, you know, join you as like a groupie or roadie or something on tour, because like there might be a lot of freaks there, and I can get freaky, you know. I can totally get freaky. I need to close out the show, Cyanide, and I'd say it was great to have you here, but I just want to fucking leave. And I'm just wondering, do you have anything to say to your, like, probably, I don't know, 2 fans in Long Island before I close out the show for good?
Yeah, I do, actually. Like, I think that you shouldn't be afraid to be a freak. I think you should just fly your freak flag high. Except for you, Eliza, I think you need to dial it back, because you're the, like, I think you're the wrong, problematic kind of freak. Because a lot of people have told me since before I've come on to the show and warned me about the way you are, that you're kind of like insincere and kind of an asshole. And like, while I'm totally flattered with the idea of a host of her own show wants to like be a groupie and follow me around on tour and stuff, like, you really come across as a bigot and a hater, and I don't really like the optics of that look bad, and I really don't want to be like associated with that.
Honey, I had to sleep with Bob fucking Pancakes for over a decade, so that pretty much canonizes me in the eyes of the LGBT community, which makes me as far and away from being a bigot as possible. Now, being a hater, absolutely. For example, I hate your hair color It looks like reverse parsley, and I fucking hate it. But I like everything else about you. You seem really, really cool, really edgy, and definitely not a corpo punk. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close out the show. Alright, hermanas. Well, that's that for the season of What's in the Bag, and for the series. I'd say it's been a wild ride, but then what would I use to lie to my husband after sex? Anyway, all you loyal cakesters out there can watch me live on the 1st of April as I'm unveiled as Donald Trump's new press secretary. That's right, the show might be done, but my career is only getting started in politics.